Okay, so we've got these 3 sort of shots here now. They're all 3 different yardages and 3 different lengths of swings in terms of the follow through. And I've said it wise to say is good. Just be careful. This is the sort of first one. Sometimes you get a little bit leany on that left side. And the sort of tendency, as the ball gets forward, you then lean a lot to the left to try and reach the ball. The right foot drags back. So just want that golf club nicely in front of you there, which is a bit more on this left hand one, which was the better one towards the end. But they're good shots, okay? If you look at the backswing length, okay, so...
Okay.
Fairly similar, yeah? You're going back to the position where you feel, and now from there, you're controlling the speed and thus the energy to the back of the ball, and thus how far the ball goes, okay? So from that position there now, you probably couldn't tell me which is the longest shot, which is the shortest shot, which is the middle shot, could you? I would have thought,
no.
Yeah? Exactly, yeah? It basically goes short, middle, long, or 50, 60, 70, okay? So as you came to the golf on this one, okay? You turned your torso nicely, club finishes there, in front of you a bit more. That was the middle one. That was the old that's the long one, okay? So you can see kind of by your controlling of that golf club, change the energy to the back of the ball, which delivered different information to the ball, and the ball then went, it sort of, say, 50, 60, and then 70 yards, yeah? And that's the thing, if you actually look at the swings and sort of speed if you hit them, okay? The actual speed of the swing, nice under control, yeah? A smaller swing, you control the arms. There you go. That was decent again. And then the last one now is basically your full, as you can see, your full speed all the way through, yeah? So you've got different speeds and different lengths of swings, which you're control. So you're starting to develop now sort of gaps is the key thing we want to try and do, okay? So you've got your 40, you've got your 50, that's your sand iron, your gap wedge, your 50, your 60, your 70, and so on, and then your 80, and you're putting numbers into your game. So when you're on the golf course and you go, I got 70 yards, I've got that, it's this swing here. I got my 50 yards, I got that swing there. And I think the key thing is, as with every shot in golf that involves a bit of loft, so everything including putting, the hips have to move, yeah? So if you're doing a tiny little chip shot, you've still got to move your hips, yeah? Because if they stop the hips, your arms then start taking over, and then they start dragging you this, and then the lower half starts moving in the wrong direction, changes your low point, and all the different things. So, and if you want to go less on this one, I guess you'd probably finish the swing to maybe out there, yeah? Maybe that's obviously a bit too short. Okay? Even if you swung your arms to there, what we'd want to do if you were doing a smaller swing is the hips to still be finishing around the corner there fully, yeah? So if it's a really tiny sort of little chip shot, as you finish, like I say, this way, this has got to move, yeah? And I think what happened was you got a little bit late. I think with the thing with it, you've been swinging the body so well to gain yardage, and this is what we said didn't make sense to you when you said, okay, I want to go shorter. How can surely that swinging the body less will shorten the shot? But by doing that, your arm then became sort of the substitute, took over, and then the contact was a bit, but then you started pulling to the left, okay? So make sure the body is always moving the club, and by how much your arms basically lift, that's what your arms have done. Your arms here have lifted over your shoulder, and they're up here, If you get less, they're down here. If you get even less, they're down here, So by how much energy you want to put to the golf ball is by how much your arms are going to lift up and down, But your body is always determining how much you're going to rotate,
posture in those
and that's the one thing you see is this sort of cramped position. The knee goes out this way, the hands sort of finish here. You can't see past your right arm. It's like it all looks a bit tucked up and a bit cramped. So if we can finish in that one there, and then you can almost start bringing it back and go to 30 yards, 20 yards, and get your numbers dialed in as best you can. Okay.
I think I was sort of doing it on the shorter shots, on the 30, 40, 50 yards. It was sort of, because I was used to doing that, but when I got past that point, I didn't know what to do. What
you probably found, and we'll have a few shots to see whether it's the case or not, but I think when you're doing 20, 30, 40 yard shots, you're good enough to get away with not moving your body.
Oh, okay.
So you get away with it, So I reckon when you're doing a full swing, it made sense to do a full swing. So you just did full send, full body turn, arms up there, full shot. When you're doing a chip, you could stand there and do a chip like this. And still hit a reasonable shot because you're good enough, It's when you get to that distance where you just need a little bit of energy. Your sort of tipping off point was like a sort of 50, 60, 70 yard shot, I think the 20, 30 yards actually probably got away with it a little bit, Just because you're decent player.
And when I try and hit the sandwich further, actually it goes wrong.
Exactly. So that's not a club you should be whacking it too hard. Okay. Very good. Right, okay.